Rose in the hand, up in the heart. The lights on. My wheels untone, go alone. The lights on. Baby, you should know without you I'm gone. With the lights on. This is my home. Place where I own. Memories of you, dear. Under your eyes. Close at the skies. I'm mesmerized. Memories of you, dear. I saw moon as a human and writer.
It's beautiful to see how you cook. So what is you cooking now? What is that?
No idea. You want to mushrooms, mozzarella, pears, red cabbage, spring onion, coconut oil,
Black pepper.
chili, olive oil,
And
balsamico,
and a bit of love.
a lot of love. A lot of love.
Let's pick up a name for this one.
What do you want to call it?
The pear is only confusing me. Can I smell it?
The pear? Your salad is good.
It sounds interesting. It smells interesting. Let's look. Fantastic. It sounds perfect.
What?
The name.
Yeah, you look at it and you name it. Name the baby.
Well, let's call it spiritual vinaigrette.
Spiritual what?
Vinaigrette.
Spiritual vinaigrette.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. 3, 2, 1. Action.
So, you consider yourself as an explorer. What does it mean for you?
That's a good question. I'm exploring my mind.
Not too bad.
Not too bad, and there's a lot to explore, I would say. I'm exploring through traveling. I'm exploring my body, and
Time traveling?
I'm exploring my
Space
heart
traveling?
and soul
Okay, that's...
in 365 days.
Tell me about the most fascinating exploration you got recently.
I honestly experienced so much magic that I could not pick out one as the most special moment.
Right.
It was and still is so much magic.
What is the magic?
Magic synchronicity, when everything feels right, when you feel you are exactly at the right moment, at the right time,
Right.
and you are riding a wave.
Many people could feel that.
Wonderful,
Sometimes.
I would be happy. I would
But-
be happy if everyone would feel like that.
But the thing is that usually that state stays not for long. So how you can actually prolong that moment?
Well, that's what I'm exploring. To try different things, and at the moment my theory is that we can continue this flow if we follow our joy and bliss and if we listen to ourselves,
Right. Many people would say that, you know, a lot of teachers and gurus would say that people should be free, feel joy, but not many people able to do that. Why? If it's so easy, how you get to your joyness?
I wouldn't say it's so easy. It's a process. It's always a process. It's not, at least my experience, it's not some in the moment you understand and realize everything in a go. So it's a gradual process. And where I was hanging for a long time was I understood things theoretically. And when you hear things from a master or a guru, that all makes sense, and you understand it,
Exactly.
and you also believe it, but
Not necessarily practice it.
no, it's not that. But when you
many
experience this feeling, or when you really understand something,
Right.
then it makes click.
Click.
Yeah, and you can have read it 50 times before,
Right.
and you thought it's nice, but when you feel it, feeling is the right word probably.
So-
when you feel this, what was
Exactly.
meant, then it's kind of it's in you. Yeah, it's
So there is that connection, that missing bridge between theoretically understanding and actually experience.
would be my theory. Yeah,
How you can get there?
to the
From
to
the
the
knowledge
feeling,
to
it
the
happens. It happens. It's for
It's
me
time
also.
to talk about psychedelics, I think.
Yes. What do you want to know?
I just want to know if psychedelics can make this bridge happen between actually understanding rationally the idea of happiness and the real happiness which you can experience through all your existence.
Psychedelics by itself, I believe not. But psychedelics can be an enormous facilitator. If you use them right and with the right intentions, then they can be extremely beneficial.
Right.
That is it's again my personal experience, and I believe that there are other ways as well, similar, like meditation shows similar effects in the brain than psychedelics.
Right. Many other things as well. They
Yeah,
work this way.
yeah.
So let's talk about your first psychedelic experience.
My first one was a beautiful one, and I've been blessed since by psychedelics. My first one was with San Pedro cactus
Okay.
famous
Famous one.
in Peru, also Huachuma, and I waited very, very long for my first experience because I was already 39 years, and I have never done any drugs except a joint before.
Pretty clean person.
A pretty clean person, yeah. I was always very cautious with drugs. I
Yeah.
tried cocaine, but that didn't really
Right.
give me the benefit, yeah, and feel right. So I waited very long, and also before I went on that trip to do ayahuasca afterwards. I prepared myself for nearly 2 years, not only about psychedelics but also about psychology and certain rules you should follow.
Should be aware how it works in general.
How
right?
it works and how you,
To deal with that.
in what condition your body is, what you should observe, that you also, before you take psychedelics, that you research if there are any cases of psychosis in your family or any cases of suicide in your family. How is your body? Ideally don't drink alcohol, ideally not smoke. So yeah, some of the things. Exercise. And back.
How did actually
back to the trip.
How did it change your life?
I think it was a big changing point in my life. It was like different veils were lifted off my perception, and San Pedro is a very, it's similar to mescaline, but this one grows in Peru, and it's a drink, and we also did it with a shaman who prepared a ceremony and who takes care and who makes music during the ceremony. What is nice with a chuma that you can do it during the day.
And, pretty authentic ceremony.
Very authentic, and you do it in nature. You are by yourself. So I was in a small group of 4 people, and after you drink it, you have like 20 minutes of upcoming, which is very mild. And after that, it is simply a heart-opening experience that is very difficult to put in words. You feel overwhelmed by love, and even though you see and realize a lot of your own mistakes or things that you've done wrong, you also feel a lot of love for yourself, and it's a healing process. Yeah.
This is probably what we're all missing.
Yeah.
The love for ourselves first.
And it's a very long session. So
very profound.
The high is up to 9-10 hours, but you still feel it with muscle shakes and being awake for 24 hours. So it's...
You're shaking.
Yeah, your muscles are then sometimes shaking unconditionally.
Do you feel any cactus?
Yeah, well...
Being a cactus, no?
Yeah. But that was my first experience.
Probably everybody who had such experiences in life, they could understand you, because there's such a thing which you cannot actually read in any book. I mean, it's never be equal wherever you can read about enlightenment or about this kind of state of happiness and love, the huge streams of compassion and love. Unless you never experience, you never can understand.
That's the point, yeah. And you can understand it with your brain, you can imagine it, but if you've never felt it,
right.
And the feeling makes all the difference. The feeling is maybe the turning point. Yeah.
So do you believe that actually people who experience that once at least, they could really change something in their life or in the whole society life? How that affects us?
I couldn't speak in general for everyone. There are people that I think don't need it.
To feel that love, or
if you are happy in your life and you are sincerely enjoying this life and you're riding the wave already, why should you? Everything is good.
Increasing, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Then I mean, we spoke about that before. There are artists who are already so open. They don't even need psychedelics. They would probably also understand what you're talking about. when you're describing a trip. But yeah, I think it would do more good than bad if you put a lot of acid in the drinking water. It would be a funny day.
I can only imagine how many people have the same desire. I heard that people in Amazon who tried ayahuasca once and again once more and more,
Yeah.
they really go out from the forest and trying to provide it to the other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
They feel like they need to share that kind of happiness and blessing they got.
Yeah.
To
Yeah, I also know that, and for me, I love to share, but I love to share if someone is inquiring about it, not spread it to everyone.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
because I think it's a kind of a calling to do it. You should listen to yourself. If you are ready to take it, or to take any psychedelics.
Right. So let's talk to community idea then.
Yeah.
How you get to that idea, and what is your idea about?
Well, we are working together on an idea. I said it would be really nice to have a tribe and to share experiences, to help people who are interested to find the right places, the right contacts, the right people, the right information, so that there are equal-minded people outside and to connect them. There's a lot happening already, but I think it needs a psychedelic revolution. It would be about time for it. That we should be free, absolutely free to experiment with our consciousness. Psychedelics are neither addictive, nor is there any proof that they are harmful, especially if you put it in comparison with alcohol, which is legally available. So I think it's about time for a psychedelic revolution. It would benefit.
Maybe that time was in 60s. I think there was. There was first revolution, first psychedelic revolution. Now it's in history already, right? And we know some pioneers, some survivors who've been the first explorers,
Yeah.
discoverers.
Some survive to tell the tale.
Yeah. Exactly. We are the one to pick up the story and make our own story. And what the story you would like to make out of this? Being a part of this movement now, being liberated yourself, feeling that magic being in this life.
Yeah.
What you can do in your own time, what you would like to do now to make your own history. Are you ready for making a new history?
It sounds
a bit
very
pretentious,
yeah, a bit pretentious. Yeah.
Exactly. Can I ask you how and when actually that happened, that you started searching and thinking about to create a community or to find a better place to be?
I think it's not there is not one date I can put on. I started traveling half a year ago, but the journey to there started much earlier. That was simply when there was an interest to find out more, not being satisfied with the day-to-day schedule or with information from TV or so-called recognized or accepted information, but to dig deeper and see if there is more.
Always like the rain.